then we will just both not have a clue. Good morning, my name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage and welcome back. Today we're talking about McCall's 8070. This I call for a knit, but I decided to make it out of this quilt.
Look what I found in my recent trips to the charity store. It is massive. This is folded in 4 pieces.
So what I did is I cut it in half and sent half of it to Lisa from Freds and Cahoots. So this is also a collaboration. First I'm going to tell you what it's cost. It was $6 basically for the quilt, and like I said, I kept half and Lisa took half, so basically it's $3 per outfit. Next, I only use things that I had in my stash. I didn't go and buy cotton because I didn't have this yellow, so I just used like a cream color. I used zips that was in my stash, and my whole aim was to upcycle without spending any money. I had this pattern in my stash as well, and that is why I used it. So let's talk about the top. It is fully reversible. I made the sleeves a bit longer because I didn't give it cuffs. And so I like that I can fold it over. I also know that a lot of people, when they do quilts that turn into something else, they make jackets. I love that. But I would wear a hoodie much more than a jacket. I was looking for something that's nice and warm, but not too warm, and that I can wear for this in-between season. And I'm telling you, since I finished it, I've been living in it. I gave it a hood. Very important when you don't have hair. I think very important for any case. And I don't like the hood. Look at this. So I will go in and change the hood. It's a bit long on the top, I think. Yeah, I think it's too long up here. And it's a bit deep as well. I think it was supposed to fold over and I forgot to cut away the extra fold over. So I'm going to play with the hood. The other thing I don't like is at the bottom. I did not give it a cuff, so it's quite wide. So what I want to do is I've got leftover material and put like a band and then give that band grommets so that, and a drawstring. And then you can pull it in and leave it out the way you want. And that will also make it a bit longer because I feel like it's almost too short. Overall, I am very happy with this. And yes, let me turn it around so you can see the other side. I gave it like a kangaroo pocket. I love kangaroo pockets. And then this side has a zip that actually accesses that pocket. So if I want to keep my hands warm, I will have to wear it this way. If I just want to put something in the pocket, then I can actually just open it when I go for a walk because I have to put my phone in. The pattern, I cut the extra large and yeah, it fits me perfectly. And I actually did something that I don't often do. I cut it on the size that I want because I've decided I'm going to make this for me. I'm most likely not going to make anybody else a hoodie, so I can cut it to fit me. And I will definitely make more hoodies out of this pattern. It is an easy pattern. Good morning. I am starting with this morning. And I am going to make McCall's 8070. And I'm going to make view D. And I want to make it double-sided. So what I think I'll do is from that, whatever is left, I'll make lots of binding. And then put the seams on this side, flat felt it with the binding on top. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the pockets. I'm going to do the pockets to be on both sides, but I'll figure something out. And I will most likely make it longer and not give it ribbing. Decided to give this side a zip and an entrance, and then this pocket is going to be on the other side, and then it will fit like that. I think with this getting against my body on the other side, that if I put things in the pocket, they won't fall out. Let's hope it works. And I'm just going to draw a line and then cut it. And I think I'm going to be lazy and just zigzag it flat. I have done the hole, and now I'm going to sew it down, the zip, and then I can put the pocket on this side. It's done. There's a hole there, and now we're going to turn it around and put the pocket on this side, and the pocket is going to go over that like this. Let me just see, where's
my marks? There and there. Okay. So the pocket will go there. I think that will work, because then I have the pockets on this side and I can access them with the zip. There's the pocket. And then on this side is the zip. And it also goes into the pocket. So what I did is I picked the quilting over there, and I'm going to sew this onto the back part, cut away the excess, fold it in there, and then fold that over and sew it down. Cut away all the excess batting so the seam is not too thick. Now you fold that in like that, and then you fold that one over and give it a seam to meet up with where you stitched before. And then you're just going to stitch all the way. I connected the hood in the same way as I did the shoulder seams. And now it's also reversible. And now I'm going to add the hood to the bodice. Bring the bodice to the sleeves. And it is actually quite difficult working through all these layers. I'm going to show you once more how I do the seams. So first I loosen up one side, and then I pin it and I sew it down. Then I take all the excess batting out, and then I iron that this way, so it folds this way. Then I take this, fold it over and fold it in, and then it encases the seam. And I only have the two side seams left over, and then I can continue with the bottom and binding the sleeves. I've cut off the excess and I've ironed it flat, and now this piece that I left open folds over, and I've just ironed it in, and I'm going to sew on that line and maybe next to that line as well, just to make sure it holds. I binded the sleeves with the bias binding that came with the quilt, but I do not have enough bias binding left over to do the bottom. So I am going to sew it like that far away, cut off half of the inside, fold that over, fold it again, and then just give it a seam like that. So I'm doing 2 rows of stitching. One is where when it's folded over it's going to meet up, and the second one is so I can know where to cut when I cut out all the batting and stuff. And now I'm going to open it up, keep that part, cut away the excess, cut away, and now I'm going to fold that over and fold it in, and then you have a binding.
I hope that this inspires you to go and find something that you can upcycle, because there's a lot of things out there that's really affordable that you can turn into something that you will love in your wardrobe. Go over to Lisa. I will put a link to her channel at the bottom and go and see what she's made out of this. I'm actually really impressed. So let's talk about community. My heart for doing this channel is to create a like-minded community of people. People who love to sew and who get excited and almost nerdy about the latest pattern or design or fabric. And so when I spoke to Lisa, I actually found this quilt and I was so excited about it because it immediately reminded me of her. So I contacted her and I said, listen, would you do a collaboration? I'll send you half the quilt and then we both make something. And she was keen immediately. And what came out of that is we had a conversation a few times, and it was literally like we could hear each other's hearts. And that is something that I really want to create with this channel. I want you to understand that I'm not just here making videos about sewing. I am here because sewing can be really, really lonely sometimes. Speaking from a point of being a seamstress for 30 years, basically, maybe a bit more, for most of my life, I've done this. And it really was a place of sometimes feeling really lonely. But you still have to finish the product and you still have to get it done, so you just push through. And so through the years, some of my best memories is when my friends brought their sewing machines and came and sewed with me. And we would just have these nice mornings or afternoons or even evenings where we would chat and sew and work on stuff. And often they would ask me questions about how do I do this or how do I do that. And I love teaching people. So my heart is that if you have a question, please ask. I will answer if I can. If I can't, then we will just both not have a clue. And I might also say, go and look at Google, you might find the answer there. But that is the big thing. It's like, let's have a place where sewing is a community and where we support each other in this craft that we are passionate about, but that can also sometimes isolate you. I would really like to hear your thoughts about sewing and could be keeping connections while sewing. Thank you for watching and thank you for spending time over here. I always appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.